I've been thinking a lot lately about human development, child development specifically, and how someone goes through the whole pipeline of growth to become a fully functioning adult, from baby to toddler to little kid to maniac to teenager, and then up in, young adult, senior, etc. The kind of the whole birth to cradle life stage. But it's really that maniac stage that has just really got me right now. And my youngest daughter, Emma, is in full maniac mode. And we are just having the darndest time with her managing her temper. And I'll tell you what happened recently. She came home from school, and I'm really big about when you come home from school, you don't just drop everything everywhere, because, on their left to their own devices, she would come in and drop her backpack, kick off her shoes, which would land in different places, take off her sweater, take out her hair and leave the hair tie on the ground. I mean, it just looks like she leaves a trail of Emma when she comes home from school. So I've really been trying, in order to keep the house tidy, to ask that when the girls come home that they put things away right away. So she came home, she'd kicked her shoes off, so there's Crocs in various parts of the living room, and I said, Emma, can you please pick up your shoes and put them in a cabinet? Mind you, the shoes were 2 feet away from the cabinet. This request would have taken 5 seconds to complete, but instead it sent her into full maniac mode, and she had a knockdown, drag out temper tantrum. She's screaming, she's yelling, I don't want to do it. So we have this other rule, because parents, the rules, that's what we're about. And we're like, Emma, if you're screaming, you got to go to your room. So now she's screaming and totally crashing out and stomping up to her room. And she gets up to her room, and I hear a couple pow pows. And then I notice her light goes off. And so I follow her up there, and I come to realize that my sweet cherub of a child has punched her light switch and now broken the electricity, and the light won't come on. So you can imagine the utter shame and embarrassment I felt when we had to call out our regular handyman to have him fix the light. And he asked me, well, what happened here? Because the plate is cracked and the light won't turn on. I had to swallow my pride and explain that my 7-year-old, my sweet, precious cherub of a 7-year-old, punched the light, broke the plate, and disconnected the electricity, essentially. And bless his heart, he did not even flinch and just went about fixing the problem. So then later, because, we always try to debrief with our kids and talk about how could we have done that better, and where is there some room for character development. And I sat Emma down and I was like, Emma, we've got to talk about this, because one day you're going to be in the real world and you're going to have a job, and you are not going to be able to act this way. I mean, can you imagine if I was at work sitting in the conference room with my boss and all my peers, and my boss said, hey, Veronica, can I borrow a pen? And for whatever reason, that just set me off, and I threw everything off the table and had a complete meltdown and just said, no, I don't want to give you a pen. I would be fired on the spot. And we want to set our kids up for success, not to act like that in the real world. So I proceeded to tell her all of these wise, amazing things, help her know how she can develop into an adult, move past this maniac stage, and become a wonderful citizen. And after this long and I think rather inspiring speech, she just looked at me and said, Mom, can I have some screen time now?